So we're on our way back now. We're in Dumas, Arkansas. I know quite a few Dumases. Do you know any, Jill? Huh? You've called me that before, Dumas. So they've obviously had quite a lot of rain. What? You jacked my video up!
I've been waiting to do that the whole
time. So you were earlier when you did that, you were practicing.
That's right.
Well, don't do like Pierre and it be raining and running your windshield washer every 2 seconds. So they've obviously had a lot of rain over here. Because in spots there is some water standing, but we're making our way on back. There's a Arkansas Ag John Deere dealer. He's on back to the house. We'll be back. I think it's showing about 3 o'clock or so. We'll be back our time there, so that'll be good. All right, we're about to leave the state of Arkansas, cross back over into Mississippi. That river don't look that big, but it's huge. You get out there in it in a boat, holy smokes. So there's a John Deere dealer in Greenville over here, Wade Equipment. Same one we got in Columbus there where my tractor came from. Here's a Case dealer. Combined all that corn already. And look at the grain trucks over lined up. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looks like about 12 of them. The combines are running. 2, 3 combines. So me and Jill made it back. We got back, like I said in the video, about 3 today. I just want to talk just a little bit about the logging shows and the things that go along with it. It costs those companies an incredible amount of money to attend those shows and go to them and then bring all that equipment to them. And then they have to buy those spaces and things like that. And boy, it's not cheap. And I've been going to shows. My first show that I ever went to was back in I believe it was '91. They used to have a big logging show that they had every other year, and it alternated locations. It was one year it would be in Atlanta at the Georgia World Congress Center, and then 2 years, then it would skip a year, and then the next year it would be down in New Orleans at the big convention center they got down there. And I went to both of those. The one in Atlanta was the I believe it was the very first one that I ever went to, and just amazed at the amount of equipment and suppliers and people there that were in the logging industry and things like that. And then I've been to tons of them ever since then, and now I'm deeply involved in them behind the scenes in a lot of different aspects on them, and you know, going over there with Rotobeck and all that. It's pretty neat. It's not easy to attend those shows, especially when that one for Jill and I to drive over there was it's just under 400 miles. The furthest one that Jill and I have ever driven to has been up to Paul Bunyan up there a couple years ago. That show there for us to drive up there was 700 miles, I believe. So a very long haul, but it's not easy to pack up all that stuff, just like all the other vendors, the equipment companies, and, you know, Tiger Cat, John Deere, Rotobecks, you know, Barcos, all those people like that. And to show up and set all that stuff up, and then when the show is over with, take it all apart. That's a lot of work. But the cool thing is getting to talk to all the people, y'all, who show up and attend the show. It was on Saturday, I'm gonna tell you. It was nuts, the amount of people. The Rotobeck booth was hopping Saturday, and I don't know how many people come through there and how many I talked to. Y'all seen the video that I posted, which was on Sunday. What I showed in the video is just a drop in a bucket to the amount of people who showed up and came through there. I mean, I wish I could video everybody. Some people I asked, you know, if they wanted to be on video, and they said no, they really didn't want to or anything like that. And that's understandable, but it hopped. I mean, there was not any slack time from the time that thing started to the time it ended. I guess about 20 to 3. It ran from 8 in the morning to 3 o'clock, about 20 to 3. There were, I guess, the last group of people that came through there, you know, were gone in. And a lot of people come through there and they didn't know that I was going to be there. They happened to realize it or see me or whatever, and came over there. But one really neat deal about the shows is this right here, and it's happened at each one of them that Jill and I have ever been to, is there'll be so many people coming in there to shake hands or talk or, you know, sign things or anything like that, and they won't know anything about maybe YouTube or Cotton Top 3 or anything. And so they'll walk up, we'll have all the shirts laid out, and they'll start talking to Jill. They'll look at the logo, and they've never watched it on YouTube, and they'll end up buying the shirt just because it looks cool, you know, or whatever like that. And then, you know, I'll talk to them and share a little bit with them too sometimes, depending on, I'll be talking to somebody, and then I'll kind of be listening to what's going on over in the background, you know, who Jill's talking to, and, you know, kind of what they're saying. And then I'll be listening for people if they're asking questions about Rotobeck, like a grapple or something like that, because I want to make sure, you know, that's part of my job, is kind of help them or you know, help them, you know, make a sale or, you know, any kind of promotional value that I can bring to the table. That's what I'm there to do. And but man, there was a lot of people there. I'm talking about, there wasn't another booth that had as many people filtering through it as the Rotobeck booth did. So a huge success for it there. And I'll travel with Rotobeck anytime they need me to, or that they want me to, or anything like that. I did get out. I was able to talk to some of the equipment companies. I even talked to Ken McDonald. Kind of a funny story behind that. Ken is the owner of Tiger Cat, and he's at all the shows. I'm talking about, he's at all of them. I actually pointed him out in Sunday's video. And I was over there, I was over there filming that 625 bogey skidder And he walked up behind me when I walked around behind it, because they've changed the bogey up on it a little bit. And I was talking on camera, and I actually thought I was with the people who bought Caterpillar out. What is it? Wiley or whatever it is now. And I told him, I said, no, I said, I'm not. And he had some stuff to say, and which I thought was pretty funny, and I was kind of clipping along there pretty good. I'd love to sit down with him one day and just chit chat with him. I don't know whether I ever would or anything like that, but my shutter's always open if he ever wants to or anything like that. And for anybody else in the in the equipment world, no matter who it is, whether it's Barco or Tiger Cat or John Deere or anything like that, the amount of outreach that Cotton Top 3 has, right now, 1.2 million views a month right now is going out, and over 6 million minutes watched in 28 days. That's over 100,000 hours. That's nuts when you divide it out and you figure the numbers on it and you start doing that. But Jill and I had a lot of fun. Where I like talking to people and working with them and all that. That's kind of a little knack that I have, and try to make people feel comfortable when they come up and talk and all. But so we'll be looking for the next one. I'm not sure. This video here is filmed Sunday and then Sunday night right now. I'm not sure we'll be working tomorrow, which will be Monday, because it has done some raining here. So had a lot of good positive feedback on Rotobeck's channel with me doing the voiceovers on those videos. Pierre's putting out 3 videos a week. I'm doing voiceovers on 2 of them every week. So a lot of good positive stuff on that. And I ask a lot of different people different things that they would like to see or me to include in my videos. It was pretty interesting, some of the feedback that I got on that. And there was a couple of things that kept coming up on what people wanted, and that I thought was pretty interesting. And it's things that I've done in the past, and I'll try to include more of it in the videos. And I got a few things that I've got to work on along those lines. But if you came to the show, I appreciate you coming and showing up and have hands and chit chatting and stuff like that. And I try to be really careful when I'm talking to somebody. I kind of have my peripheral vision going, kind of watching for other people, because a lot of times people don't want to walk up and interrupt or anything like that. But if I travel 400 miles and somebody's there to see me or talk to me and Jill or anything like that, I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to at least get to spend a little bit of time with me and just come on up. It doesn't matter if there's like 3 or 4 groups at one time and we're communicating or anything like that. So I'm going to cut this thing off. Hope you enjoyed the drive back. I was pretty tired. We were coming back. I slept some on the way back. Jill's a trooper for me. She'll do anything that I need her to do. I still pretty much do everything all by myself, except for these shows. She does the selling and things like that for me. And that's a big deal for me, because I can't talk to people and sell things at the same time and stuff like that. So appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.